Hello, welcome to a new case, a new angle, a new crush delay. Here I have the old one. We've got version 3 that we're going to take a look at today. First, let's just jump straight into a patch. Always a blast messing around with one of these modules. I actually stopped the sequence, but if we turn the mix up, it's just kind of doing its own thing. This is actually one of my favourite things. It does this little kind of plucky thing. I think that's just really useful for sound designy type stuff. And it still kind of does that noise sweep style thing as well. It's just great. So I've got the old version here, which a firm favourite of mine. You'll see that they've actually changed the direction of the pot, so now slow is on the right, where on the old one, fast was on the right. This just makes a little bit more sense with other delay modules. It's also changed the way around that the CV works. We've still got CV control over feedback, mix, input, and effects return. We've still got gates for the circuit bend style mods. With the effects loop, the send is just the delayed signal, like the fully wet signal, and then the return goes straight back into the input. So you can kind of use that as a second input if you want, but it will go straight through the delay as well, get even more madness. That sort of intro patch. I had a bandpass filter connected in here, so it gets a little bit kind of weird, sweepy madness. When I built my first, it was actually V2, but my first crush delay, I was slightly disappointed that it doesn't go too long before it starts going weird. I learnt to love the weird, and it's one of my favourite modules of all time, but it would have been nicer to just have that option of a bit of extra clean delay, which this one now has, so we'll check that out now. So what I've got patched up now is 2 HP pluck. You could just see it over on the edge here. Just a simple short click, like that. And we'll explore the range of delay times we have now. Lots of options in the slapback type territory. Now if I turn the mix all the way up, you'll see that somewhere around halfway to just over here is where it starts getting crunchy. Yeah, around here. A little bit fizzly and poppy and weird. And definitely weird. So this is a digital delay, if you didn't know. It's a celebration of this chip called PT2399, and just enjoying all this weird stuff that it does when you ask it to do things it never wanted to. Absolutely nothing like the input signal anymore. It's great. Let's explore that with the different sort of circuit bend style switches, the noise switches. They all have a different character. So here, that's kind of turned the later repeats into more of just a little pop. There's barely any resemblance of the old sound. Now to me, this one sounds like it's doing something with the time, because there's a little bit of a pitch something going on in there as well. Not just me, is it? That was unexpected, and as always, pretty cool. Chaos. What on earth was that? Now see, what I'm thinking right now, and I did try this before, is if we pair that with a VCA and some triggers, we might just get a pretty cool rhythmic type percussion-y something. Let's try it out. So someone that's better than me at making beats will probably be able to coax something more interesting out of this, but we've got this kind of thing. So the output of the crush delay is going to Punch from Patching Panda. That's just a triggerable VCA, so we got that little rhythm going. Smidge of reverb on there because I can't not. So we've got a modulated looping envelope from Rampage going into Time. That's literally it. Lots of feedback, mostly wet. So a quick rundown of what's going on in there. I'm using the key step to be kind of the master tempo, which is clocking Euclidean circles, just up that way. That kick drum is a Behringer Neutron. We've got hi-hats coming from some white noise through NVHS by Patching Panda. And then the main feature, a clap from Pico drums. So the clap is just going straight in on this cable here. Goes straight into the crush delay, and straight out we're going into Pico DSP, again by Erica Synths, just for a bit of reverb on there. Because you know I do like a bit of reverb. So I've got this red cable that is sort of got a trigger every other clap that is setting off an envelope just to fire a burst into the crush delay. We've also got some stepped random from Turing Machine adjusting the feedback, so you can hear it's just kind of a random number of repeats each time. And kind of as that voltage changes, it can cut them off a bit, which is kind of fun as well. It got really interesting when I plugged this one in. So that is volts from Turing Machine. And for some reason, even if there's nothing going on, so if I stop the sequence, yeah, we're still getting some weird stuff from crush delay, which is fantastic. I start the sequence again, you got all these weird little sort of pips and pops, which are really fun. So if you're any good at making those really cool ambient kind of glitchy beats to go on with some nice pads and stuff, that's a really interesting way to get some. I can't do it personally, but maybe I'll learn.